In a quiet suburban town, a man named Daniel never imagined that a single decision, made in the heat of a moment, would come to haunt him for the rest of his life. As he watched his son's innocent eyes search for answers, Daniel's mind drifted back to a time when the future seemed full of promise. Daniel and his ex-wife Emily had once been young and full of dreams. They met in college, fell in love, and soon found themselves parents to a beautiful baby boy. Their lives were full of hope, but like many young couples, they faced their share of challenges. At 25, they decided to marry, sealing their commitment to one another. But just a year later, Emily expressed a strong desire to stop having children. She insisted that Daniel undergo a vasectomy, a procedure that would permanently end their ability to have more children. Daniel hesitated, harboring a deep longing to expand their family someday. However, for the sake of their marriage and Emily's happiness, he reluctantly agreed. Years passed, and the cracks in their relationship grew deeper. Despite their efforts, the marriage became increasingly strained. Eventually, they both agreed that divorce was the best option. The separation was amicable, and they remained on good terms, continuing to co-parent their son with mutual respect. But the peace was short-lived. A month after the divorce was finalized, Daniel visited a doctor with the faint hope that his vasectomy might be reversible. The news he received was crushing. The procedure could not be undone. The dream of having more children, a dream he had sacrificed for his marriage, was now forever out of reach. Daniel was overwhelmed with regret and bitterness. The decision he had made years ago, a decision he felt was coerced by his ex-wife, now felt like an irreversible mistake that had robbed him of his future. In the wake of this revelation, Daniel's heart hardened. He couldn't shake the resentment he felt toward Emily. Though they had remained friends after the divorce, he decided he needed a clean break to protect himself from further pain. He informed his sister of his decision, who in turn told Emily that Daniel would no longer communicate with her directly. All co-parenting arrangements would remain unchanged, but any communication would now be handled through his sister. As time passed, Daniel maintained his resolve. Almost a year later, his young son began asking questions, noticing the silence between his parents. The boy shared with Daniel that he had seen his mother crying after their exchanges, and when he asked her why, she would say nothing. Daniel's sister also relayed that Emily was deeply remorseful for the choices that had led them here. She missed talking to Daniel and wished she could take back her insistence on the vasectomy. Yet Daniel's heart remained closed, fortified by the bitterness of lost dreams. He had moved on, even starting a new relationship, and he was determined not to reopen old wounds.